Math, 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 math.
Hi guys. I don't do that every morning. So, how you guys doing? So today we're going to be going over how to find a rule using a graph and vice versa. So let's get started going some hipster math. So toque, Ray-Bans, flannels, check. Let's go. Okay guys, so in this video we'll use the rule to plot the points on a Cartesian plane. So let's say we're given the rule y is equal to 3x plus 5. So we have our table, our x column is going up 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we don't know what's going on in our y column. So in our equation where we have an x, let's say that x is equal to 0, because in our x column we have a 0. So in our rule, y equals 3x plus 5, we'll replace the x with a 0, and then do the equation. So 3 times 0 is 0, plus 5 will give us 5. So that means when x is 0, y is going to be 5. So let's try again. Let's say we let x equal to 1. So we have our rule, y is equal to 3x plus 5. We replace our x with the 1 that's in our x column and do 3 times 1, which is 3 plus 5, which gives us 8. So now we can start to fill in our table of values. So we can see that our x column is going up by 1. We said when x is 0, y is 5. So we added 3 because when x is 1, y is 8, so 5 plus 3 is 8, and then we can just keep adding each time and fill in our table. Okay, so we've already done that before, we should be pretty good with that. Now we need to go on to graphing. So now we can plot the points 0, 5, 1, 8, 2, 11, 3, 14, 4, 17, and 5, 20 in our table on a Cartesian plane. So if we look at our table, those points that we have in the x column line up with the x-axis on our Cartesian plane, and the points we have in the y column line up with our y-axis in a Cartesian plane. So really now all we have to do is plot our points. So we can see that our x-axis is going up by 1 and our y-axis is going up by 2's. So when x is 0, y is 5. When x is 1, y is 8. When x is 2, y is 11. When it's 3, we have 14, 4 we have 17, and when x is 5, y is 20. Then all we have to do is grab our ruler, line it up, and then draw a line. And we have now graphed the rule y equals 3x plus 5. That's it. So you take what you have on the table and you just transfer it to the graph. So now we're going to talk about graphing functions when we have the graph already. So if you look at this graph, we already have a line and it's going through 2 on the x-axis and 0 on the y. So it's not going anywhere up and down. So first thing we need to see is where the line passes through the y-axis. So we look at our line and we see that, oh look, it's cutting through the y-axis right there. Okay, that's where it's sort of passing through, and that's 0 on the x and 4 on the y. So the line passes through at 0, 4. So for our equation, y equals ax plus b, the value of b is where the line passes through the y-axis. So where is that? Right here. So in this example, b equals 4. Next, we need to figure out the rate of a. So remember, if we want to figure out the rate of change, or the rate of a, the equation is the change in y over the change in x. So we need to see the change as we move from 0, 4 to 2, 0. Well, we're going down by 4, and we're going to the right 2. So the change in y is negative 4, and the change in x is 2. Pretty simple, right? So in our rule, y equals ax plus b, our rule becomes y equals negative 4x over 2 plus 4. Now we can reduce that because we can divide 4 by 2, which will give us a rule as y equals negative 2x plus 4. That's it. That's all we have to do. Okay guys, so let's try and use this graph as an example. So we don't have the rule. So let's go see if with what we learned we can find it. So first things first, we need to figure out what b is equal to. And b is equal to when x is 0, what is y? So when x is 0, right here, what is y? Well, 1, 2. So right now we can go and say b is equal to 2, or y equals ax plus 2. Now the next thing we need to do is figure out the rate of change, or the rise over run. So usually what you want to do is pick the most easy point to see where the line clearly goes through a nice spot. In our case, this seems to be a really good spot because it's right on the line right here. So it's just the rate of change. So we have to do, like we said, rise over run. So we're basically going to go from here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over here, we're going up by 5. And here, we're going 1, 2. We're going across by 2. So that means our rise is 5 and our run is 2. So y is equal to 5 over 2, because that's what our a is, x plus 2. And we can reduce 5 over 2 to y equals 2.5 x plus 2. Now we can also check our rule. So we can go and say, all right, so we can have y is equal to 2.5 times 0 plus 2. So when x is 0, when x is 0, what's y? Well, 2.5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 gives us 2, so y is equal to 2. Yeah, that works. Or we'll go and work over on this side. We could go and test out, let's see what happens when x is 2. So y equals 2.5 when x is 2 plus 2. Well, 2.5 times 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. So when x is 2, 1, 2, y should be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've checked our rule and we know that it works. That's it. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope you're able to go and use this for your studying. And that's it. Don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you guys later.